If you're visiting the Sunshine Coast Hinterland and love waterfalls or free swimming spots, then you're going to love the Kondalilla swimming hole and waterfall. However, it does require some hiking, and I wanted to help you understand the difference between accessing the smaller waterfall and the swimming hole versus seeing the much larger or official Kondalilla waterfall, plus any little tidbits along the way. Kondalilla Falls is located between Montville and Mapleton in the Glasshouse Mountains, and the car park is at the end of Kondalilla Falls Road. It can be accessed in 30 to 40 minutes from most of the Sunshine Coast areas, or about 1.5 hours from Brisbane. The road is completely sealed and you have no issues getting there in a standard two-wheel drive vehicle. However, there might just be a few twists and turns in the road along the way, so please drive to the conditions. Since I've lived in southeast Queensland for more than 20 years, I've been lucky enough to swim here several times. But overall, I find it one of the largest waterfalls in the hinterland for swimming and ideally family friendly. The car parking does have plenty of room, but can get pretty crowded during peak season, as well as weekends and in school holidays. But if you get there early in the morning or late afternoon, then you should be able to snag a decent spot. About 50 metres from the car park is a large grassed area with some picnic tables, barbecue area and a bathroom. I suggest using these before you tackle the track, as it could be a while before you'll come back, especially if you're swimming. Also, make sure you bring some insect repellent, as there can be some mosquitoes in the area. The entire Kondalilla Falls walking track is 4.7 kilometre hilly loop track that starts and finishes at the car park. While this includes more than 300 steps, I recommend you allow between 2 to 3 hours to complete the track, although this is dependent on your plans to swim or not and how long you hang out there. If you don't want to do the whole walk, then you can just walk to the swimming hole, or what they refer to as the rock pools. There is some stairs in this section as well, but to get there and return on the same track is about 2.4 kilometres. It's essential to observe local signage and guidance, as conditions can vary greatly with the weather and seasons. This particular path is relatively easy to follow, but never veer off the track into the bushland. However, if you need help with a map, I'll link a blog in the description below for more details. In a nutshell, the rock pools or swimming hole is essentially the top of the Kondalilla waterfall. However, since there is a smaller waterfall crashing into the rock pool, please don't confuse it with the actual falls. As the water moves past the large swimming area and goes under a wooden bridge, you can actually see it disappear over the cliff edge. This is where the official Kondalilla Falls starts, and you can see this section by taking the longer walking trail through the forest down into the gully below. Personally, I don't find the hiking trail or walk all that challenging, but there are a lot of stairs and this isn't the most convenient for everyone. Generally, you'll need to have a moderate level of fitness, but this also depends on whether you're just going to the swimming hole, which is a shorter trail, or completing the entire track for the waterfall as well. The trail is listed as part Grade 1 and 2. I would definitely use closed-in footwear, especially for the uneven ground and maintaining some kind of stability, along with protecting your feet against the fallen scrub and branches in the forest. You'll start walking on the Grade 1 section and what's listed as the Picnic Creek Circuit Loop. It's nicely formed with some bitumen, along with areas where the water passes through and walking over a small bridge. This also includes a small detour to the Obi Valley Lookout Point over the National Park. After that, you'll start entering into the Grade 2 section where the stairs begin, getting closer to the rock pools. Before too long, you'll come to the split in a road. To the left is your quickest way to access the rock pools, or to the right leads you further down, completing the entire track and see the Kondalilla Falls from below. We chose to go down first. Before too long, we made it to the official lookout point and seen the waterfall drop 80 metres down, making it one of the largest waterfalls in the Sunshine Coast Hinterland. From here, you can continue down to the bottom, but the track doesn't get much sun and can get a bit muddy and slippery. Therefore, please take care, especially after a bit of rain. Eventually, you get to the bottom. To be honest, the access is very limiting here without scaling a lot of large and small rocks. So, due to safety, it shouldn't be high on your list to do. However, there are plenty of people that get close, but I don't think it's good for swimming in this area. We didn't stay down here for too long and continued along the track trying to make it back up to the rock pools. After some more creek crossings and walking uphill instead of down, you'll finally make it to the top of the Kondalilla Falls and Rock Pool swimming area. This is where you can chill and take a dip in the water. The smaller waterfall here isn't very strong and you can get pretty close to swimming up to it. Although the waters are very cold, being shaded most of the day, even in the peak of summer. But this is also when it's the most refreshing. It is safe to swim here, but please do look out for wildlife and try to keep your distance. Always assess the depth of the water and, more importantly, never jump in, as submerged rocks can pose serious hazards, even if you see other people doing it. Apart from that, you can just sit back and admire the views, or use it as a small snack and drink break. I have heard there are leeches around, but never really encountered this myself. And unfortunately, this is also a national park area and there are no dogs allowed. Overall, this is a popular place to visit and I would recommend adding the Kondalilla Falls swimming hole and walking trail to your list. Although, if you're looking for other things to do in the hinterland area, please click here for my video on day trips from the Sunshine Coast. Apart from that, guys, thanks so much for watching and I will see you for the next one.